one person,
Oh, go on.
and I call him Sean. That's Jay-Z. We call each other Sean.
Okay.
Yeah. Nobody else could call me Sean.
He's the only person who's Sean approved.
There's not a single person that
Outside
should be,
of family?
That should be outside of my mother.
Okay, just
That should be calling me. Yeah, that should be calling me Sean.
Diddy probably thought Jay-Z would have his back through all this drama, but Jay hit him with its psych and dipped faster than you'd expect. Honestly, it's not that surprising. Jay-Z has a habit of bailing on people when things get messy, especially if it could hurt his image. Remember, Jay-Z used to be tight with ours Kelly, even though Kelly faked documents to marry Aaliyah when she wasn't even 18 and he was in his 30s. Kelly dodged jail time for that, and Jay-Z stayed cool with him, knowing all about the sketchy situation. They even went on tour together. But as soon as Kelly got convicted on serious charges, Jay-Z cut ties like they were never friends. So, yeah, no one should be shocked that Jay-Z distanced himself from Diddy. But it looks like Diddy thought their friendship was stronger, expecting Jay to stick around. Jay-Z wasn't about to risk his reputation, though. It's been months since the whole mess started, and Diddy's still pretty much blacklisted in the industry. Now, it seems like Diddy's on an if I go down, everyone goes down mission. Rumor has it he's snitching on Jay-Z, and Jay might be next to get exposed, possibly through Diddy's son, Christian. There have been rumors for years about Jay-Z being involved in shady stuff, but nothing's ever come out. That's probably because it all happened before the internet exploded. No viral moments or phone cameras back then. It was just people's word against Jay-Z, and no one really spoke up at the time. Plus, Jay-Z's always been careful, covering his tracks so nothing sticks to him. But if Christian really starts spilling secrets, things could change fast.
Who's that?
Sean Carter is worse.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
He's smarter. He's patient. He's not sloppy. Just he been lining up people he calls friends and stepping to the side while they get hit by the guillotine for 30 fucking years.
As y'all know, there's no such thing as a perfect crime, and word on the street is that Diddy might have passed some dirt on Jay-Z to his son, Christian, if you catch my drift. People first started raising eyebrows when Jay-Z didn't host his annual Rock Nation brunch this year. If you know Jay, you know that brunch is a big deal. Everyone who's anyone in the industry pulls up, and getting an invite is a major flex. He's been hosting it every year since 2010, except during the pandemic when parties were banned. Diddy has always been a regular guest, which added to their brotherly image. But this year, it was obvious Jay couldn't invite Diddy because of all the drama. Fans were curious. Would Jay take the risk and invite Diddy anyway, or ghost him completely? People were even betting on how it would play out. But when Jay-Z didn't hold the brunch at all, it only made things look more suspicious. Fans started speculating hard about what caused the sudden cancellation. At first, some worried something might have happened to Jay-Z or Beyoncé. But the official word was that, instead of hosting the brunch, they'd attend another pre-Grammy gala to support Sony Music CEO John Platt, who was being honored. The excuse didn't sit right with fans. For one, Jay-Z was getting the Global Icon Award at the Grammys, so why not throw the brunch to celebrate that? Plus, if they wanted to support Clive Davis's party so badly, they could have held the brunch before or after. It's not like the brunch has a fixed date. It's whenever Jay wants. Fans are now convinced that Jay canceled the brunch to avoid inviting Diddy and used Clive's party as a cover-up. Even if they had just left Diddy off the invite list, people would have talked about it, and Jay-Z and Beyoncé hate public drama. So canceling it altogether seemed like the easier move. Now, this brings us to the rumored T Christian might have on Jay-Z. A while back, there were whispers that Jay-Z was allegedly giving Beyoncé drugs to keep her in check. Some fans have been worried because Beyoncé has sometimes seemed off in public, especially when she's with Jay. One moment that really got people talking was a video of Beyoncé at a basketball game. She was swaying and nodding her head in a way that seemed strange, almost like she wasn't fully present. Fans said she looked high, and it left a lot of them wondering what might really be going on behind the scenes.
You're listening to the Rock Game. What market in New York City? As long as you don't say that Christian ratio, what happened 4 years ago? to know what Brooklyn can become and play an important role in the renaissance of a thriving world. In addition, Brett was a key player in helping the processing future ASS training center located in Sunset Park, Brooklyn. And also be found in the community as the founder of Brooklyn 134, which provides a forum to the world's up-and-coming artists. In the illness, Glenn would not be here tonight. And then a safe determination that he used to make Brooklyn a better place. Glenn is represented tonight by his wife Jan and his children Jan. Each one ends up with 24 security solutions and a net. And shows appreciation for Glenn's leadership and his contribution in making Brooklyn what it is today.
This kind of information could destroy Jay-Z if it ever got out, and the rumor makes things even messier. Word is that Diddy may have played a part in drugging Beyoncé. If true, it's wild that Christian would even bring this up, since it could expose his own father too. But honestly, if the allegations are real, it's not hard to imagine Diddy being involved. Just look at the disturbing claims Cassie made in her lawsuit about him. Diddy clearly isn't a stranger to dark and twisted behavior. And let's not forget that Jaguar Wright has also spilled some tea, suggesting there was shady business between Jay-Z and Diddy. It's not a stretch to think they might have had dealings behind the scenes that we don't know about.
And building a working, camaraderie with Honeycombs and Diddy. And
why do you give him the honeycombs? Why do you give him honeycombs?
Because he smacks so sweet. That sodomite. Anyway.
Speaking of Jaguar Wright, have y'all noticed she's never been sued? Sure, she's been threatened, but no one has actually taken her to court, and that says a lot. Jaguar also backed up what some bodyguards have claimed about Beyoncé allegedly being drugged by Jay-Z. That kind of consistency makes you wonder if there's some truth to all these rumors.
He's a monster. And I've known he's a monster for years. I waited a long time to see if he would grow a conscience. And the more he pumps down his wife's throat to keep her in a character.
No, girl.
Jaguar even compared Beyoncé's situation to Britney Spears, saying fans should start a Free Beyoncé's campaign because she's a prisoner in her marriage and feels trapped.
A beautiful Beyonce 5.
I tell you this right now, y'all talking about Free Britney, y'all need to be doing a campaign that say Free Beyonce.
The Beyonce is free.
She is a prisoner in a gilded cage.
Oh, God, no. If Beyonce is in prison, she's in one of the most expensive prisons ever.
Yes, she is. And she's watched 24 hours a day. She's not allowed to make a choice for herself, not at all, not in any way.
Oh.
People think she has an amazing life. She is told what to say, she is told what to eat, she is told what to drink, she is told what to wear.
By whom?
She is not her husband's wife, she is his employee. It's a business arrangement.
Fans also picked up on something strange at last year's Grammys. When Jay-Z offered Beyoncé a drink, she refused to take it, and Jay looked offended.
Welcome back to the Grammys, everybody. You know, when you equal a record, there's no way you don't get to hold your Grammy in your hand and celebrate.
So yeah, if Christian spills this tea on Jay-Z, he's going to break the internet. And that's not even touching on how Jay-Z has cheated on Beyoncé. He basically admitted it in his song 4:44, where he confessed to treating her so badly that it broke her spirit. In the song, he says, Asterisk, I said don't embarrass me instead of be mine / that was my proposal for us to go steady / I seen the innocence, leave your eyes / I still mourn its death / and I apologize to all the women whom I toyed with / your emotions, cause I was emotionless. Asterisk, the wild part is that if Christian exposes Jay-Z, it's only going to make things worse for Diddy too, since it ties him directly into the mess. It makes you wonder, maybe Christian knows Diddy is already done for with the feds, and now he just wants to drag Jay-Z down with him. Honestly, Christian doesn't seem like the sharpest tool in the shed. He basically snitched on Diddy after Homeland Security raided their houses earlier this year. Plus, he even tried to pick a fight with 50 Cent, of all people. So, either Christian's trying to take down Diddy himself, or he's just not that smart. What do y'all think? is Christian really threatening Jay-Z? Or is this something else? Let me know in the comments.
She was like, and I'm like, wait, what are you doing? That stuff, that's me and Jay-Z stuff. This ain't got nothing to do with you, bro.
You lucky Solange wasn't there.
Yeah, you lucky Solange wasn't there. Yeah, I would have had to reboot.
So, now Beyonce has filed for divorce from Jay-Z and is separating her assets from his. Who would have thought Jay-Z being exposed as the villain would be the final straw? This woman stood by him through everything, including multiple affairs, and it was starting to seem like she'd never leave him. But now that Jay-Z looks like he's being set up to take the fall, just like Diddy, Beyonce is out. For years, people have accused Jay-Z of being the mastermind behind shady business, manipulating situations, and allegedly forcing Beyonce into questionable dealings. But according to 50 Cent, we've had it all wrong. He's saying that not only is Beyonce just as bad as Jay-Z, but she might even be worse. And here's the kicker. 50 Cent claims Beyonce is setting Jay-Z up to take the fall for their messiness. He's suggesting that by divorcing him now, she's tossing him under the bus to save herself. If this is true, it could explain why Jay-Z has been on this love-professing spree lately. He's trying to keep her from leaving. There's clearly more going on here than meets the eye. What do y'all think? Could Beyonce really be setting Jay-Z up? Or is this just another rumor? Let's break this tea down.
Beyonce and Jay-Z will do anything to destroy anyone who speaks out against them. Okay, I get the threats, but you have to remember one thing. I know your deepest secrets. I know so much about you and what you've done. I know so much on how you got where you are, how you stepped on many people. Beyonce, how you guys ended Carrie Hilson's career because she said something about you. That's how hateful you guys are. How you step on anybody to stay on the top.
There have been reports for weeks now that Beyonce is planning to leave her marriage to Jay-Z following recent accusations linking him to Diddy. For a couple of years, there have been rumors about shady dealings between Jay-Z and Diddy, but they were mostly just gossip until now, as it looks like the feds might be involved. You can bet that Queen Bee isn't about to stick around and go down with a sinking ship. Word on the street is that she's set the wheels in motion to officially end her marriage, but is keeping it low-key to avoid drama. No matter what people say about Beyonce, one thing everyone can agree on is that she's private and wants to handle this divorce quietly. An insider revealed that Beyonce plans to do a Will and Jada move, getting divorced but not announcing it until after the feds build their case against Jay-Z. She'll then claim they've been divorced for a while but chose to stay civil for the kids. But here's a crazy twist. According to 50 Cent, Beyonce might have an ulterior motive for the divorce. He claims she's trying to cover her own tracks to avoid getting in trouble with the feds. Apparently, Beyonce was aware of Diddy and Jay-Z's alleged activities and even participated in some shady dealings herself, which could land her in hot water. 50 Cent is notorious for spilling the tea on Hollywood's shady dealings, especially against people he has beef with, and he has a long-standing feud with both Beyonce and Jay-Z. He's heard insider info about how Beyonce plans to leave Jay-Z and is determined to expose her, too. He wants everyone to know she isn't as innocent as she appears. People often see Beyonce as a victim because of the age gap between her and Jay-Z. She once talked about meeting him when she was 18 and dating him at 19, while he was 31. But in a 2007 interview, Jay-Z mentioned meeting her 10 years prior, placing their first encounter in 1997 when she would have been just 16 years old. Depending on the timing, she might have even been 15, while Jay-Z was in his late 20s, around 27 or 28. This age difference raises eyebrows, and many view Beyonce as the victim in their relationship. Whenever Jay-Z faces scrutiny for his shady dealings, Beyonce often gets sidelined in the conversation. Even when there are whispers about their influence in the industry, Jay-Z is the main focus, while Beyonce gets a pass as the media's golden child. But 50 Cent isn't buying it. He's ready to expose the truth. When blogger Storm Monroe reported that Beyonce was planning to leave Jay-Z, Fans started seeing her as a hero for finally cutting ties, applauding her for making such a bold move.
What I've heard about them as a couple is that they've been living separate lives for a very long time. So they together, but they living separate. And part of the reason why they're already living separate lives, and we may actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood, is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed. And it's only so much of these stories that Jay-Z can, he can pay off and he can block. He won't be able to stop this. And she knows it, and he knows it too. As far as who's gonna be the breakout victim / story, I don't know. I might have to ask you something. I don't know. But I'm just letting you know that once that comes out and Jay-Z is exposed for his nefarious past, you're gonna see Beyonce divorce. Okay? And she may or may not do an interview, but their publicist is gonna release something. She's gonna say, oh, the Carters have been separated for some time. They built this beautiful life, blah, blah, blah.
Fans were obsessed with the idea that Beyonce might finally be free from Jay-Z's control and manipulation. This excitement grew when Storm Monroe claimed that Jay-Z was about to face the music and be exposed. We're not just talking about typical scandals like meddling in careers. We're talking about major secrets that could shake the entire industry, similar to the Diddy-level revelations that could rock everything to its core. Storm's comments set the internet ablaze. But it turns out he wasn't the first to spill the tea about Jay-Z facing exposure. Jaguar Wright mentioned this last year, right after Cassie's lawsuit dropped. She straight up revealed that Jay-Z was next in line to be exposed, and moves were being made to reveal his allegedly sinister activity.
Sean Carter is worse.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
He's smarter. He's patient. He's not sloppy. He's been lining up people he calls friends and stepping to the side while they get hit by the guillotine for 30 years.
Looking back, the friendship between Jay-Z and Diddy starts to make more sense, especially with the saying, birds of a feather flock together. Now that rumors suggest Jay-Z could be even shadier and more sinister than Diddy, it raises a lot of questions. I mean, have you seen the allegations Diddy is facing? The thought that Jay-Z could be worse is pretty scary and makes us wonder what these celebrities really get up to when the cameras are off. The worst we thought about Jay-Z was that he was an unrepentant cheater who had the audacity to cheat on Beyonce with multiple women. And if you think Becky with the good hair is the only woman he's been accused of cheating with, think again. There's a long list. According to insiders, the honeymoon phase of Beyonce and Jay-Z's relationship didn't last long. He allegedly started cheating on her just months after they began dating. One of his rumored mistresses is rapper Charlie Baltimore. Back in the day, there were heavy rumors about them being involved, and interestingly, Jay-Z was reportedly involved with Charlie before he met Beyonce. He kept Charlie as his side piece because he didn't think she fit the image he wanted for a partner. For those who don't know, Charlie used to date rapper Notorious B.I.G., also known as Biggie Smalls. She was fine being the other woman for a while, but she got upset when Jay-Z started flaunting his relationship with Beyonce, even though she had known him first. That was the breaking point, and she ended things with him. One thing about Jay-Z is that he likes to be in control and didn't take the breakup well, especially since Charlie moved on with another man instead of waiting for him. It didn't take long for things to get dark. Remember when Jay-Z was arrested for stabbing a man in a club? Jay-Z claimed the guy leaked his album and distributed illegal copies, but 50 Cent thinks that story is nonsense. According to him, the real reason Jay-Z stabbed the guy was that he found out he was the man Charlie moved on with, and he got jealous. Honestly, getting jealous of your former fling for moving on while you're dating Beyonce is pretty wild. It's hard to make sense of it. And 50 Cent isn't alone in this. Rapper Cameron has come forward to back him up, confirming that the stabbing was indeed over Charlie.